issue, like Brian has said, he's done it many times with his dad. I've done it before as well. Um, and the timing of the count is important. The positioning is important. I hate to say it, but Adrian Butler didn't look like he was quite in the position he needed to be in. And I kind of have a feeling I know why he wasn't quite where he needed to be, because the way the two talents were positioned, you know what I mean? One on, with Trick on top, but still with his shoulders down, and Eddie still, on the bottom position. If he slid over any more to the shoulder, to the shoulders where Eddie's shoulders were, he might have been able to see referee. Oh, sorry, what the other guy's name?
Derek Sanders.
Derek Sanders. He might have been able to see Sanders on the other side. So the only way for him to crawl in and stay low, so the bodies block his vision of Sanders, so they can both count simultaneously. So they each block each other's vision. Other than that, still his positioning, he wasn't really there to see both shoulders, or even one for that matter. It was maybe a struggle from where he was. The camera angle, at least, tells me that's how it was. Brian, I know you had your ideas of how it was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought that, like you said, I didn't mind it at all. And I thought it was pretty much well done until that exact moment. And I also feel like Derek Sanders, the second referee, baited what insect do you call him?
Hornet.
Oh, is that an insect? Yeah. Baited him to start counting faster, because that is a timing thing where you do your 1, 2, 3 together simultaneously. When I go back and watch it, and I have watched this thing, it's I don't even want to admit it. How many times it looked like he was actually physically trying to crawl more up towards the shoulders before he just had to start counting to match Derek's cadence.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know if the listeners understand what I mean, but you have to eyeball the other ref together. You have to simultaneously eyeball each other and get on the same cadence. So it 100% with uncertainty, both of them hit 1, 2, 3 at the same time. And one of them has to lead that. And Jimmy, you said you've done it before. We pick and choose which one does that.
Right.
And I just felt like, instead of throwing him under the bus, because I don't want to throw him under the bus. I just want to say he was out of position 100%. Nowhere near the shoulders. He was closer to the ass than he was anything else. Which, yes, it can work and people can overlook that. And that's fine. I also understand that. But this is called ref and review. And this is what we do. And what I'm saying is, I think that he was baited to start counting faster before he could really get where he wanted to be. Watching it over and over again.
Let me ask you this, Brian, if you don't mind. It almost looked to me like Sanders kind of hesitated before counting, almost waiting for him to get in position, waiting for Hornet to get into position to count, which maybe precipitated Hornet having to try and get there faster, like you said, and start counting. Do you think that might have been one and the other, one tied to the other, so to speak?
I mean, I think it all went hand in hand. I think these are both newer guys to the business. This has probably been done, I don't know. You probably know more than me, Jimmy. You know, Hornet.
No, he knows his shit. He knows his shit.
Has he done this spot before? You think either one of these have done this spot?
Done this specific spot, but he knows his stuff. Hornet is good.
No. I'm not knocking him.
No, I know you're not. He knows his stuff. It just, like you said, if it's something, if you haven't done it before, it's hard to explain to someone how to time it. If that makes sense, you have to actually do it.
Yeah.
The timing is really hard.
You can't practice it. You can't practice it. You got to do it.
Well, you can go over it and work off the cues from each other to get your cadence right. I don't know. I felt like I'm not mad about it. It's not like something I want to cuss and raise hell about. It's not. Yes, I thought the setup was great. Everything was fine, And then I just noticed where he counted. And I'm like, you know, and when I talked to Bubba about this on Busted Open, he kind of felt like a normal fan that said, well, he was by the shoulders. He wasn't by the shoulders. And then he had mentioned something about maybe a different camera view.
Mhm.
There's no camera view you can make up that shows me anything differently than what I'm saying and what you're saying. You could shoot it overhead. You could shoot it from the looking behind him, meaning Hornet. You could shoot it looking from Derek's side. It doesn't matter. You're going to see him out of position and nowhere near the shoulders. And if he was near one shoulder, he wouldn't have been able to see the other shoulder because you can't look across his body.
Mhm.
So
because then he would see Trick's shoulders down as well.
correct.
If he got
Correct.
there. So I understand why he was on that side.
Absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
He should have just been up and over.
And the other thing too that people are talking about is the foot under the ropes.
I was going there.
That's why Derek positioned himself where he was, not to see it. He did the right thing there. That's for sure.